Slow Blinks, episode Diagnosis Murder.
That was excellent. Slow Blinks.
Hi, welcome to Slow Blinks TV. I'm Charles.
And I'm Kristen.
And today we're talking about
Diagnosis Murder. Boo-doo-doo-doo-doo, boo-doo. Diagnosis Murder is a crime procedural that was filmed 1993 to 2001.
Kristen, you're a big fan of crime procedurals. You really like your Murder, She Wrotes. You like your Columbos. But you also are a big fan of Agatha Christie.
Yep.
Miss Marple.
Poirot.
But there's a specific reason we wanted to talk about Diagnosis Murder. It stars one of our favorite actors of all time.
Dick Van Dyke, who is a treasure.
He's also 100 years old.
Pretty cool.
Pretty cool. Still alive, depending on when you watch this. I love Dick Van Dyke. Love the Dick Van Dyke Show. That was always like a archetypal vision of what being an American man is. He's so charming. What else would people know Dick Van Dyke from?
Mary Poppins, Chitty Chitty Bang Bang, and then just a whole
Being an iconic American.
bunch of other things.
Yes.
One thing that may have slipped you by is Diagnosis Murder.
Dick Van Dyke is sort of an older man. He's like one of those older crime-solving protagonists, very much like Jessica Fletcher.
Which is, I looked it up, they were both produced by CBS, and they overlapped each other by 3 years, and there was never a crossover episode, and I want answers. Why?
I have written so much fan fiction, romantic fan fiction, about Jessica Fletcher and Dr. Mark Sloan, and to never have seen it come together on the big screen is just really...
It's so sad.
It's so
because
sad.
She's a widow, he's a widower.
Yes. Tell me a little bit more about the history of the show. So it started as a spin-off of Jake and the Fat Man.
Yep, it had 3 TV movies after Jake and the Fat Man, then the series, and then 2 more made-for-TV movies. Originally, the show itself was set in Denver, Colorado. 2 of the made-for-TV movies were filmed in Denver. Also, the first 8 episodes were filmed in Denver. And then they moved the show to California.
So Mark Sloan is our main character. He is a doctor at Community General Hospital. Who else do we have going on? We've got...
we have Dr. Amanda Bentley, played by Victoria Rowell.
Okay.
And then we have Charles in Charge, Scott Biao.
Of Our Days and Our Nights. Now, Scott Biao, he is not in the show the entire time. It's just the first 2 seasons, correct?
Correct.
He was replaced with an actor...
Who, he's kind of a Michael J. Fox type.
Yes.
Charles Schlatner.
I think Schlater.
So, Dick Van Dyke's real son, Barry Van Dyke, is the son who is Steve Sloan.
Yes, and he is the police officer.
I think he's a detective, yeah.
He's not the only family member of Dick Van Dyke that appears in this show. Dick Van Dyke has several relatives that appear as characters, grandchildren.
Children, and his brother, Jerry Van Dyke, who was on Coach.
Oh, right. But the actress who plays his sister in the show
is Betty White.
He forgot the phone jack in the bathroom and that paint job. That's his idea of muted eggshell? He did nothing.
Dora, the man's dead.
Oh, sure, the perfect excuse.
Can I borrow the phone?
Athens may try to call me.
Well, they'll keep trying. Greeks aren't quitters. Just a moment.
Speaking of family...
Inheritance of Death. Season 1, Episode 4.
Yes, in this episode of Diagnosis Murder, Dick Van Dyke plays 5 characters?
4.
His cousins. He's wearing makeup and prosthetics for the characters.
Yes.
It's very much a Eddie Murphy is the Klumps.
Now this is Dick Van Dyke Klumps. We could call them the Dumps.
I think we're just going to say that they're clumping.
I also think it's funny that at this point he has a mustache, which makes all of his cousins look like they have really puffy upper lips. One of the characters is an elderly man who is 93, which is funny because that's 7 years younger than he is as of filming. He played the old man in Mary Poppins. He really loved the physicality of pretending to be older.
Yes.
And it's funny to see him now as an old man.
He's so spry.
Because he exercises all the time and has for most of his life. He gave up drinking in the 70s, and so he's very healthy.
I have never learned anything bad about him, and I never will.
So I actually recently watched Dick Van Dyke celebrating 100 years, and they talked to Victoria Rowell.
Okay.
I got to the audition. I was quite relaxed and went into the room, and there was Dick Van Dyke sitting at the table. I just got chills, and I couldn't believe it. Got to keep it together. And there I was auditioning. There was a comment, and that I was told later that someone in the room said, "But she's black." And Dick said, "And she's good."
So in this actual episode, it opens on the scene of Mark Sloan's cousins sitting around the table. There's 4 of them. So the oldest one is Jonathan Nash. He's the father of the family. Then we see him in drag, which is when he's playing Judith Nash. We see
Jay Edison.
And then Julian is the other one.
They all are Dick Van Dyke.
Children, I have come to a decision. It's concerning your inheritance. I have decided to leave the bulk of my estate to a community general hospital.
You've just set a bounty on your head.
Yeah, please murder me so you get your money. And while he's telling them this, he has what they call an episode where he starts coughing and reaching for his pills, and none of them help him.
Someone really ought to help him with his pills.
Well, you're closest, Judith. Give a hand there. I don't think proximity has anything to do with my being chosen, dear brother. You're the doctor. I think you should do it.
Never mind.
Are you all right, Jan? As soon as the lawyers draw up the papers, I will sign them. Not one of you is getting a dime.
So the next scene that we see is Dr. Sloan getting a call from him saying that, he's leaving all his money to his hospital.
There's another character at the hospital.
Yeah, let's talk about him. He is the administrator. His name is Norman Briggs, and the actor's name is Michael Tucci, whom you will probably recognize from
Grease!
Go Grease Land.
Gonna be on my ass.
Yeah, he's
All
like
right.
middle management. He just wants to make sure that the hospital is making money.
Okay.
And so he doesn't like that Dr. Sloan will treat patients who don't pay. So he tells him that his cousin's going to leave all this money.
$15 million. How well is he now?
For a man of 93, he is remarkable. I think he's got a few years left. Sorry to disappoint you, Norman.
Dr. Amanda Bentley.
Yes.
And she's excited because she gets to go to a yacht regatta.
She is embarrassed by how wealthy she is.
But I also feel like because she's black, it was sort of that wealthy black character that we saw in the 90s, like Fresh Prince of Bel-Air's
Oh, the
like,
Cosby
family.
Show, yeah.
So we see Dr. Sloan at home. Jonathan Nash calls, and what does he say?
My kids are trying to kill me.
So he calls his son, Steve, and he says, something is wrong at Jonathan Nash's house. I'm going over there now. Meet me there with backup. So he goes over to the Nash's house. For some reason, the Nash's house is never locked and anyone can get in at any time.
Jonathan?
Mark wakes up in hospital. He's at his own hospital in traction.
Right, yeah, he's like suspended up.
And he tells Steve that they've done tests and it's nothing serious, but he's gonna have to be in traction for a while. He is talking to his son about the wheelchair.
He was already dead.
How did it go down the stairs? We've ruled it as an accident, and he leaves. A little remote control car comes in, a little boy, and then Dr. Amanda Bentley follows him in, you said you'd just keep it in the waiting room. Mark plays with it a little bit and then asks the boy a very serious question. He says, could you drive anything with remote control? And he's like, I guess if it was wired, why not?
I'm 9. Kristen and I really like the idea that this child is now the like radio communications automotives expert for Mark Sloan.
And I like the idea that at least in this episode that they keep consulting him.
I've got an expert on radio automotive engineering.
Look, man, I'm just trying to cheer up Nana.
Do you have more AA batteries?
On the way out, he asks Amanda to go get Dr. Jack Stewart for him. He wants him to go investigate his cousins for him.
So Dr. Stewart goes out to the Nash mansion. It's unlocked.
I'm glad the catering business is going well. But please remind your employer that our relationship must remain a secret.
After what happened, don't worry.
I'll keep my side of the bargain.
How you doing? I thought that was the bathroom.
Oh, understandable mistake. All right, young man, let's get to work here.
With what?
Just take off your coat. I'll need 200 cc's.
What? That's almost a pint of blood.
That's right. I may need 2.
Look, Dr. Nash, I'm not here for any medical experiment. I'm here because Dr. Sloan thinks your father may have been murdered. Your medical license was revoked several years ago.
A lie. Absolutely not. I was suspended.
You went to your father and you asked him to finance a private clinic for you, and he turned you down.
Young man, I don't like your questions. You go tell Mark Sloan to mind his own business. Now get out.
I really don't like how the way the script is written, everything done by Scott Biao should be done by Barry Van Dyke. He doesn't have a badge. No. So it just seems very weird that he's like, where were you the night of the murder?
He goes back out into the mansion and he hears music. Music is coming from upstairs.
Judith Nash.
Yes, in a wedding dress?
She is Miss Haversham from Great Expectations.
I have a bit of detective work to do. She said she was left at the altar like 32 years ago. It doesn't look like a 60s wedding dress.
No, it doesn't.
It looks like a Princess Diana wedding dress.
It does look like a 90s wedding dress. How do you feel about Dick Van Dyke as a woman?
She's a handsome woman. I feel like he doesn't really play it up too much.
Yeah, I'm not here to look for your fiance. I work with Dr. Mark Sloan, and we think your father was murdered. And forgive me for saying so, but you had a pretty good motive. I mean, after all, your father was against your wedding plans.
He loved me.
Yeah, well, not enough to turn down the $500,000 your father gave him to take off on your wedding day.
That is a lie.
I want to know where you were the night your father died.
She was with me.
You? Who are you?
Dante. You forgot your scissors.
I know, Carissima. That's why I came back.
He practically accused me of murder.
Murder? My Carissima, I think you should go.
You know, I think you're right.
So he leaves, and then we meet the third child, which is J. Edison.
If my name had Edison in it, I don't think I would be an inventor.
We see kind of his lab, and he is pottering around, and Jack goes in to ask him questions, where he was on the night of the murder, again.
Hold this.
What is it?
If you tilt that, the chemicals inside will mix together and cause a chain reaction. Now, you just stay perfectly still, but when I come back, I'll have to look all over for you.
Hey, Mr. Nash. Hey, Mr. Nash, get back here. Hey, come on, I'm not with the mafia.
So he goes to the winery. Jack follows him in, kind of sneaks around, sees him entering a secret code, a 3-digit code, impossible to remember. Kind of listens outside, and he hears about this like meeting that's going to happen later. And then he hears that they're going to come out and make sure nobody's snooping around.
He falls down on a conveyor belt and bonks his head, becomes unconscious, and is whisked away by the conveyor belt to not be seen.
He does manage to get off of it and run away before they find him.
Yeah, before he gets bottled.
Anyway, so he goes back to talk to Mark, and sort of they talk over...
Mark's still hanging up in traction?
Yes, he's still in traction, and he talks over all the different things like, oh, this is Judith's alibi, and Edison seems like the most likely one to be able to rig a wheelchair.
Right.
And it seems like your cousin, who was a doctor, is dealing drugs. Jack says that he would like to scope out the hairdresser and the secret meeting. Mark tells him, like, don't do anything dangerous. This is the part where Dr. Amanda Bentley is around still.
Scott Biao pretends to be a hairdresser, and she pretends to be a client.
It's Miss Nash for you.
Excuse me. See?
Ow!
Yes. No, don't worry, carissima. Look, your secret is safe with me, I promise you. Sam? I got the check this morning. Yes, he's too generous, really. Ah, yes. See?
Quiet.
Don't worry. No, never mind. I'll be right over.
Look what you did to your customer. You used a colorizing shampoo. What's going on?
Sorry, pal.
Sorry. You are fired. You'll never wash hair in this town again.
No kidding.
Get the chair up.
It's gonna be fine.
My hair's purple. I'll kill him.
It's kind of nice with your skin tone.
So purple shampoo is a toner that's used for blonde hair to counteract any oranginess. The only way it shows up is if you have blonde hair. Now she has black hair and it doesn't show up, and she's gonna be fine because they're gonna rinse it out and you're not gonna see a darn thing. He walks into the house again and confronts Dante Ronaldo.
I just love that you can just walk into the house.
Anytime you want. He basically accuses Dante of being a gigolo. And so they're gonna get into a fist fight. And she says, no, don't hurt my son. And it turns out that Dante is actually her and Giancarlo's son. So he leaves the house, and on his way out, he's abducted by a catering van.
Right.
Earlier, Julian had called somebody and was like, I got a guy asking questions.
Oh, I know this kid, Jack Stewart from the
doing,
old
Ange?
neighborhood. Last I heard, you were a veterinarian. Hey, I got a cat with ear mites. You got anything with you that I can give her for it?
It's that quack Nash giving you.
Hey, I don't know what it is, but you're not getting any of mine. Get your own.
And your pulse is flying. Look, whatever you're on, I suggest you get off it.
As far as the old man's death, it's, I was with Doc Julian when it happened.
All right, I guess that's all I need to know.
We got an understanding?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Get him out of here. Take him back to his car.
And then I think the next scene is just him outside of the warehouse at the secret meeting. He like follows them in, remembers the 3-digit code, and whoever the security guard is just kind of throws him on the table where the scientist is demonstrating. So what is he demonstrating?
Toy robot.
And he breaks it. He just breaks it.
He just breaks it immediately.
Jack goes back to talk to Dr. Mark Sloan. Again, he's getting out of traction. Dolores brings in the sweater that she said she was going to make him. It is all kinds of wrong.
Well, I don't understand what happened with those sleeves.
Oh, that's all right, Dolores. I won't have to wear my mittens. Would you get my clothes, please?
Yes. Uh-oh. Looks like I'm gonna have to get you some greens from the doctor's lounge.
You can always cut them down and wear them as shorts.
Jack, these are the pants I was wearing when Steve brought me here.
He sends Jack back to the mansion. Again, they're all eating, and he's like, so, I know what happened. There were 2 chairs.
Anybody want to confess?
Anybody want to? Yeah. Nobody does, and he leaves. So then we see the murderer go to where the second wheelchair is hiding. Okay, and we see that it's...
Julian.
That's right, Julian. He's got the little wheelchair control now.
He has learned from his radio automotive expert.
He drives it forward, and he says he can prove that this was the murder weapon because...
His pants.
That's right. When the wheelchair ran into him, it tore part of his pants off, and they're still on the wheelchair.
And then he tries to kill him. He pulls out a gun.
Police! Drop it!
My back. Oh, my back.
We see the very end where Mark is back in traction, unfortunately.
Right.
Because he hurt his back again.
Okay, I got mushu pork, broccoli beef, and lemon chicken.
No ribs?
Since when do you like ribs?
Ribs is all I can think about right now.
Give me broccoli beef.
Guys.
Thanks, man. Hey.
Hey, you look better.
Thank you.
Hey, what are you doing? We're watching that game. I've got $10 on Phoenix.
Would you all calm down? Now, if you knew anything about sports, you'd know that this is the main event.
Oh, that's the Mid-Atlantic Yacht Regatta.
Uh-huh.
So what?
Which boat's your father's?
Oh, the one in first place.
Just how rich are you?
Who knows?
Hey, your dad won.
Yeah.
He beat him. He won.
That was the picnic?
Yep. Hey.
But yeah, they missed the end of the game, and that is the episode.
That's the episode. I love this episode because it gives us the most Dick Van Dyke possible. It gives us like the highest concentration of Dick Van Dyke for your dollar. But I'm so glad that we chose this one. It was very fun to watch.
Thank you so much for joining us, and we'll see you next time. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Oh, you joining the show?
He jumped up and then just pushed this down.
You little jerk.
You're killing me, Smalls. Please stop that.